Good morning and welcome to Sport Drive on 95.1 Nigeria Info. My name is Amadu Ogechi. Yes, Ogechi Sport Mubasha. And it's time to talk sport on Sport Drive. Yes, taking you through it all. I think we are done with the friendlies now. Yes, everybody can now go home happy. Whether your team won or they disappointed you or you were in place, it's all good. It's on you. We're joining up to the new season and where you get to spell it out real quick and you know what your stands are. There won't be any hiding place for you anymore. All right, so let's quickly take you through what's trending. And don't forget the tradition here on Sport Drive every morning. That's where we also get a chance to bring you through to the papers, what's trending from the Nigerian newspapers and taking you through it all. But let's start with tennis. Cincinnati Open is getting hotter. Okay. Raducanu is in the news, and Nori is also in the news. Yes, that's talking about British number 2, Cameron Norrie, who is out of Cincinnati Open after suffering a second-round loss to veteran Roberto Bautista Agut. Well, Norrie, who recently beat the world number 53 in first set at Wimbledon with his first round win, sparkling a run to the quarterfinal at the All England Club. Well, as the 32nd seed in OU, Norrie had a first round bye before meeting the 37th struggle in the heat on the way to a 6-4, 6-3 defeat. Well, Norrie's last outing came at the Canadian Open, where he was beaten by world number 99, that's Alexander Vukic, in the second round. That's for the men's set, but straight to the women's, where Emma Raducanu brushed aside Ogla Danilovic at the Cincinnati Open to make a confident start with her new coach, where the British number 1 has, of course, added Rafael Nadal's former coach, Francis Roig, to her team on a full-time basis as she prepares for the upcoming U.S. Open. Yes, of course. And the surprise, 2021 champion in New York, cruised to a 6-3, 6-2 win in her first match since the Spaniard came abroad. Okay, from tennis, let's take you straight to papers. The papers, and yes, I'm not just to let you know that we are live on Facebook. That's Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go there, watch us, and of course, be part of the show this morning. And I'm not doing this alone. If you can see clearly from the live streaming link, you would see that there is a man seated beside me. I was going to say behind, but he cannot be behind me. He's beside me. I don't know, but he will have to introduce himself. I think this is the first time he's doing this with me. And a very cute man. He just came back from the New York, and he's joining me this morning. Good to have you on the show, sir. Good morning.
A pleasant morning to you, okay? What's good?
Guys, this is Ife, guys. He's trying to what are you? What's that? Why are you?
This is the real me. There's no form in here. We don't form.
Is this real? Are you for real right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you'll be helping us this morning with the papers. But let's quickly start with Sporting Sun. Crystal Palace stuns Liverpool on penalties to win Community Shield. Now, they didn't only beat Manchester City, the FA Cup finals, they also cruised past the champions of the Premier League, Liverpool Football Club, to, of course, having their first trophy in 2025. That's a Community Shield.
Absolutely.
What a season. Somebody said that Crystal Palace have had a better season in 1 year than Arsenal in 5 years. And I'm like, okay, you guys need to turn down this violence. Please, we don't support it. We don't support it here. Obeng, I mean, how's that for you? Is this a sign from Crystal Palace? Is this a warning ahead, because of course, if you ask me, that's a boost though ahead of the new season.
Of course,
that should be a team to.
Of course, it's a boost, but it doesn't necessarily put them in title contention or European contention or whatnot.
What happened to Leicester City happens to Crystal Palace, because they are looking dangerous.
They are not looking dangerous. They played the same way they've always played. Okay. Crystal Palace have always played good football. I mean, we were here yesterday talking with Prince Will, and you mentioned the fact that at least in recent times, not to go far back, the time of Wilfred Zaha. We've seen things happen with Crystal Palace. We've seen players leave Crystal Palace to bigger clubs because of their strides at the club. At the moment, even defenders like Maguire is gaining interest from top clubs, including Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, to mention but a few. Eberechi at the moment is currently in the eye of Arsenal. Olise left for Bayern Munich. The list goes on and on. Jean-Philippe Mateta can also pull some interest come next summer or even the winter window with what he's done under Glasner. So it's not a surprise that Crystal Palace know how to churn out these performances. But it's a one-off game. Yes, even though some sections of the fans will want to downplay the tournaments, calling it a minor threat.
Yes, that has always been like that. They don't rate Community Shield.
But again, losers don't play the Community Shield. Right. You have to win the Premier League. You have to win the local cup, which is the FA Cup, to feature in what some would call a minor competition. And whether you call it minor or major, it takes nothing away from the fight on that very afternoon. I mean, the game went down to penalty shootout, and you can see how Arne Slot really wanted to win the game.
He wanted it.
Glasner galvanized his players wanting to win. Even the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, had an expo inside his water bottle.
Did you notice? Like he literally followed all the cakes from Liverpool.
If the title wasn't that serious, they wouldn't go all this route to ensure a victory. And it worked for Crystal Palace. Talking about 2025, when there's a record to be broken, just give it to the team about to break it.
Okay, it's fine. Well, of course, I talk more of football, but let's take you straight to basketball, where Nigerians are hoping and, of course, believing that the Tigers would, of course, have to, if they cannot at least copy and try to paste what the Tigers have done. Okay, so Nigeria's the Tigers official roster for the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket Championship is out. All right, so the Tigers, of course, just to remind you that they are in Group D. They've been placed in Group B, rather. Group B, alongside Tunisia, Cameroon, and Madagascar. So, of course, their first game has been slated for. They will play against Madagascar on Wednesday. That's 13th. I know what's in the minds of Nigerians. I know what, especially the men, they want to not like proving a point. Don't go there to want to prove a point. Or I know the bonanza is still fresh and trending. It's going nice, it's trending. You want to capitalize on that. You want to leverage on that. But please go there with you and be you, do you, okay? Whether you're going to be rewarded or not, just go there with the Niger spirit. And, of course, we're wishing you the very best. We'll also be looking at the full names, okay, that's been invited for the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket Championship for men. That's for the Tigers. We have Josh Okogie and Caleb Agada, Ike Nwamu, and Kadurichi Akobondo Ehiogu, and Talib Zana, Stan Okoye, Mike Nuga, Divine Eke, and we have Christian Mekwulu, Martins Igbanu, and Ugo Andrew Simon. Not forgetting Emmanuel Omogbo. Right, these are the names for the list, the official roster for the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket Championship for the Tigers. All right, so we've seen the Tigers. We are about to see the Tigers. The first game will be against Madagascar on August 13th. Good luck to, of course, you're expecting maybe not up to what, I don't know. Let me not say not up to what the Tigers did.
No, we don't need to compare because both of them have different challenges. Apart from challenges, they have different trajectory, basically. it's just like the men's and women's football in
Yes,
Nigeria.
sure.
They have different trajectory. We might always say, oh, the men have just won 3, the women has won 10. What are the men doing? But you can't compare the competition as well. Because the competition the ladies face in women's football can't be compared to the competition the men face
Yeah,
in
we
men's
know,
football. The same thing with basketball.
I don't know.
as well.
That sounds like an excuse, though, but it's fine.
It can sound like an excuse, but it's the fact because you can apply context to everything. It's not 1 + 1. So because Nigeria won the AFCON,
Yes.
that means Nigeria will breeze to the AFCON. It doesn't work that way. But we expect the men to do the needful when it comes to basketball.
Sigma guys just use this one stone to kill 2 birds. He's made excuses for the Tigers. He's made excuses for AFCON. Bro, we're not taking
we got
that.
to the final of the
This
AFCON
one you're
last year
saying
now.
that.
We got to the final of the
what's
AFCON
his
last
name now? Nigeria Falcons got to the final or won the WAFCON. Doesn't guarantee.
It doesn't guarantee because it's not the same.
Venga.
Okay, who is the best male team in Africa? Who's the best female team in Africa?
In basketball or in football?
Both. Go and check the rankings. They are not the same.
Well,
exactly. So
right now, I think Nigeria tops now in Africa.
Exactly, and that's for the women's.
That's for women.
And the men's team is not the same.
All right, so yes, of course, we're still talking about the Tigers. Just to tell you that the Tigers, the men's basketball team, yes, they've touched down in Angola. That was yesterday ahead of the 2025 FIBA Afro Basket Tournament, which tips off on Tuesday. That's tomorrow, but Nigeria will be playing on 13th. When is 13th? Okay, so today is 11, 12. Okay. So they'll be playing on 13th, where the team's final 12 players roster that we just read out. That's it. We have all of them, and of course, all of us here at Nigeria Info wishing the Tigers the very best. Want to celebrate you like we also we've celebrated the Tigers, right? So yesterday, I think I am still standing on my words. Chelsea, the team to beat, they defeated AC Milan. They have another trophy added to their name, and they won whatever that was against AC Milan, 4-1. What a season or preseason they've had so far.
Absolutely.
I think 2 games. They've played 2 games.
No, they played 4 or 5.
Is it up to you?
Okay, wait.
No, wait.
Yeah, two.
Aha,
That's
okay.
Bayer Leverkusen and now AC Milan.
Yes.
Yeah. I think theirs was less because of the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah, sure.
But aside from that, I think the comfort going into next season is that they've kind of sorted out their attack.
Okay.
Goals coming in from João Pedro. 4 goals now in 5 games. Let's not forget the brace he scored in the semi-finals at the FIFA Club World Cup. He also scored in the final. He scored yesterday as well. He keeps scoring against all odds. Leon Delap there, came in as a substitute, also got on the score sheet. Maresca knows his team going into next season. He, alongside Amorim, can comfortably say they've weeded out the players they don't want, and now they have the players they do want. So no excuses for not performing. And that's for Chelsea and Manchester United.
Okay, to some juicy transfer news before we call it a wrap on the show this morning. Well, somebody is saying that they do need a new striker, and I am asking, is Ekiti K not a striker? Is he a ball boy? Because I don't know why Virgil van Dijk would come out to tell us after losing the Community Shield final to Crystal Palace that they do need a striker.
Well, he's not echoing the voice of his coach and the fans because the concerns isn't a striker but a defender.
Okay.
Because Arne Slot also reacted after the game saying that his team is conceding too much. And if you check the statistics, go as far back as the Premier League last season. Yeah. The last time Liverpool kept a clean sheet was in the game against Leicester City, I think. 1-0. That was the last time they kept a clean sheet. The last 5 games to the end of the season, they conceded in all. They lost to Chelsea, I think drew to Brighton and Arsenal, still lost another game again. The last 4 games, it was the 5th game where they beat Leicester that they kept a clean sheet. And also, I think, against Everton, where Diogo Jota also scored. So, Liverpool have been conceding left, right, and centre. Every single game in the preseason, they've conceded. 4 goals against, who did they lose to? Now, even the games they won, they still conceded again. So, defense has always been the problem and should be the problem. Virgil van Dijk calling out the striking department.
He should do his job and not calling out the striking department.
No
one
said not
that.
Taking in accountability of his own department that is falling short.
He needs to up his game, man.
He's literally responsible for both goals for 2 of the goals that were scored yesterday.
Yes.
So, I mean, why call out the striking department that actually scored a goal?
All right, Virgil van Dijk, you need to bring your A game like the A team. That's for the new season. It's not me, it's not on us, but on you. Okay. So, yes, talking about the A team, don't forget to join us later tonight for Football Frenzy. And that is it. That's a package of our show this morning. I've got a couple of messages here. I don't know if I do have time. Okay, good morning, my own people. It is well-deserved victory for Crystal Palace. It is not a fluke. Even when Liverpool went ahead very easily in the game, I was confident that Palace would bounce back. Score a stubborn team as Palace early at your own risk. That's coming from Tom Kennedy. Hello, Tom. Good morning, sir. And let's see, it is not true that Crystal Palace had a better season than Arsenal in the last 5 years. Okay, Mr. James Rabu said, please, can we shift this conversation to later? Let's leave it for later, where the A team will be here for the Football Frenzy. My name is Ogechi. Madam, what's happening in Abuja comes up next. Good morning.
The last set almost took me out, and these my sneakers, zero